This video is about how to write the formula for different ionic compounds. So formulae is the plural of formula. First of all, you need to make sure you know how to work out what the charge is on an ion. So you can do that by looking at the periodic table. So if your element is in group 1 on the periodic table, the ion it forms will be 1+. If it's group 2, it will be 2+, and so on. 3, 3+, 4, we ignore because it doesn't do ionic bonding. Then we have 3-, 2-, 1-. The transition metals, they're the ones in the middle of the periodic table. They'll be given to you with Roman numerals because they can change what kind of ions they form depending on what's happening. So copper 2 is copper 2+, iron 3 is iron 3+, iron 2 would be iron 2+, and so on. Zinc is Zn2+, worth learning that when it comes up quite a lot. Now there are some common compound ions that you need to make sure you know as well, and this is ions that are not just made up of one element. So we've got ammonium, which is NH4+, hydroxide, which is OH-, nitrate, which is NO3-, sulfate, which is SO4 2-, and carbonate, which is CO3 2-. So we can use all of this information together to help us work out the formula of an ionic compound. So I'm going to start us off with calcium oxide. Now calcium is in group 2 of the periodic table, so it's a Ca2+ ion. Oxygen is in group 6, so it forms a 2- ion, the oxide ion. Now what you're looking for here when you're making your chemical formula is you want the charges to cancel out. So you want the same number of positives as you've got negatives. And in this case you can see we've got 2 positive charges and 2 negative charges. So we just need one of each thing, and the formula for calcium oxide is CaO. You can do this as well using those compound ions. So if we look at sodium hydroxide, sodium is in group 1 of the periodic table. So it has a 1+ charge. Hydroxide is one of those compound ions up there, that's OH-, and you can see that they are 1+ and 1-, so they cancel out. So we just need one of each, and the chemical formula is NaOH. They won't always cancel out like that though. Sometimes you'll need to add some little numbers in. So we're going to start with lithium oxide. So lithium is in group 1 of the periodic table, so it's a 1+ ion. Oxygen is in group 6, so it's a 2- ion. Now you can see here we've got 1 positive charge and 2 negative charges. We want them to be the same, so we're going to need to have an extra one of these lithium ions. So our formula is going to be Li2O, and that shows you've got 2 of the lithiums and 1 of the oxygens. Now sometimes you might need to use brackets. I'm going to show you this using magnesium nitrate as my example. So magnesium is in group 2, so it's a 2+ ion. Nitrate is one of those compound ions we need to learn, it's NO3-. Now you can see here we've got 2 positive charges and 1 negative charge. So we're going to need to have 2 of this big chunk here. And if we just popped a 2 at the bottom there, it would look like we had 32 oxygens. So we need to put the whole NO3 chunk in brackets. So our formula becomes MgNO3 in brackets 2. So that 2 refers to everything within the brackets. We've got 1 of these magnesiums and then 2 of the nitrate ions.